Hey there! One of the first pens I ever reviewed on my channel was this one, the Kaweco Sport Classic. And a while ago I had some contact with Kaweco, and I said, if you ever want me to review something, just let me know. Well, the result was that they sent me this care package full of writing instruments. I say writing instruments because there is a roller ball, no, a gel roller and a mechanical pencil in there. They sent me all their inks in cartridges. They sent me all their inks in bottles. That's 8 inks. They even sent me official Kaweco stickers, which is extremely cool. And I'm going to review all of this. How about that? Not in one video though. These will be separate videos. Let me just put this out of the way. And I'm back. And we're just going to review all of that. So this is going to be 8 videos. That's all there's to it. The inks shall go into the Inkcyclopedia on fpgeeks.com. That's a convenient way to do it. Today I'm going to start with this one. And this one is... Just checking whether it's really the pen. I put it in the right box. Yes, I did. This is the Allrounder. The Allrounder. You get these beautiful boxes from Kaweco, which I really like. Let's do that the right way. So you have the cardboard sleeve, which is very nice, and then you get this nice metal tin. Metal tin, yeah, that's, yeah, it can be, you know what I mean. Very cool. I love the retro look of these Kaweco products. It goes for the pens. It also goes for the tins. You've got Kaweco in relief on there. It's just wonderful. It opens up nicely. It looks really cool. And what you get then is the, in this case, the Allrounder. The Allrounder is a pen that may look slightly familiar to you if you've seen some of my other reviews. Here we got the Kaweco Student. Now, these pens are very similar, right? Roughly the same size, the same shape, the barrel, that rounded off taper. But the Allrounder is quite different from the Student, because the Student is made of this translucent plastic, and the Allrounder is made of, I think, aluminum or aluminium, depending on your area of the world. That makes this pen a lot heavier. It's a much heavier pen, pleasant to the touch. It feels very robust because it is metal. Okay, I'm going to cover the parts of the pen, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. Let's start at the very top. I love, as I said, this retro design. I think is extremely cool. You see that on top of the cap too. Right there you have the Kaweco logo. Kaweco, 3 syllables. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but they're on there. Very cool. I love this clip design, which again has Kaweco on there. Has this nice little decoration there. It has a really nice shape. I really like that shape. It's quite widely opened right there. Looks a bit like a ski slope. Very nice and very practical. It gives you a nice bit of spring, but it's not so tight that it can't be opened up, which I always hate, because I mean, what's the point of having a clip if you can't actually use it? Then you have a center band. The center band has no words on it, just some decorations, as you can see there. And there is some writing on the back end of the cap. It says Kaweco Allrounder Germany. The barrel is, there are no markings, it's just this aluminum, and it tapers down. It's smooth to the touch without being slippery. It feels a bit like, I would almost say like powdered steel or something. It's a very smooth feel, but it's not slippery at all. Very pleasant to hold. And as I said, it's not a huge pen, but it has that weight which makes it very nice to hold. You unscrew the cap. You can definitely post this one, making for a nice pen. It is metal. The cap doesn't post very deeply, so that makes for a somewhat top-heavy pen. And I have no trouble using this pen unposted. It's not the biggest, but it's definitely big enough to use unposted. Then you have the nib and the section. The nib is maybe a little bit smaller than what you would expect if you see that in the, the perspective of the whole barrel and section. But this is one of the, I'm going to call that sport nibs. So it's just a Kaweco sport nib. This is the extra fine. You see the scroll work, you see the EF mark, and you see the Kaweco logo. I call this sport nibs because these are the same nibs you get on the Kaweco Sport, except this one doesn't have the gold plating. But the beauty of this is that those nibs are fairly widely available. A lot of retailers sell them. That means it's very easy to swap the nibs. So if you have a sport, say in broad, you have this in extra fine, you can just swap out the nibs. I think that modular system is very, very nice. And it's not difficult. You can just take this out. Okay, then you have the section. Section is nice, slightly tapered, as you can see. You see those threads. And to be honest, they don't bother me at all, because this section is shaped in a very nice manner. It's a very slight hourglass thing that's going on there, very slight, and that makes it very pleasant to hold where it should be held, and I don't feel the threads at any point. So that's very well done. Now, if you are like me, and generally speaking, you hold your pen a bit higher, you're going to feel them, because they are sharp. I have felt worse, but you will feel them, especially the edge between the section and the barrel. You unscrew it, and there is such a thing as a Kaweco converter. Now, we know about those miniature squeeze converters that they have, but they also have full-blown converters. That was new to me, but they do. And these are the same converters I've seen on Monteverde pens. My Artista has the same type of converter, except obviously that one is not marked Kaweco. Very pleasant converters, work very well. I mean, a converter is a converter, but it operates smoothly, never had any issues with it. And that's pretty much all I can say about the parts of the pen. What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, I like the overall feel. Its robustness, smoothness, it looks cool. I think this is a nice color of aluminium. Pleasant to the eye. It's not too flashy, and yet it looks nice. A little bit industrial. It unscrews, pleasant. That means that the cap will not accidentally come off in your pocket or something. I think it's a decently sized pen. It's not huge, but it's definitely okay, even if you have relatively large hands. I like that. I like the fact that you can post the pen. It doesn't post too deeply, and it will get top heavy. That is something that might be a bit of a downside for you. There are people who always post, and I don't think this is too comfortable posted. One thing, aesthetically speaking, I think that the nib would look nice if it would be a bit bigger, just aesthetically. Now, as to writing, I was impressed. This is an extra fine nib. You know I'm a broad guy when it comes to nibs, but this is a smooth nib. It's pleasant. It's not scratchy at all. Yes, you get feedback, but hey, it's an extra fine. No scratch whatsoever. I was seriously impressed with that. So that's what I like about it, what I don't like about it. I think we're going to do a couple of measurements, and then we'll do a writing sample. As to weight, this pen, I've got 40 grams. Not bad for a pen that is not hugely oversized. Size, capped, the length, I come to 135 millimeters. Uncapped, I get 120 millimeters. Section diameter, at the very end near the nib, I have 10. Somewhere down the middle I have about 9, and then near the end where it meets the barrel I got 10 again. So it is not the slimmest of sections around. And you know what? That's all there's to it. I think what you need now is a writing sample. That's what I'm going to do next. I hope this was useful, and thanks Kaweco for sending me all this stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so here we go with the Kaweco Allrounder. In extra fine. Then we have the some writing. The ink is a blue, a dark blue, one of the Kaweco inks. Probably has a name, but I couldn't find it on the bottle. Maybe they just called it dark blue or something. I am told that my handwriting looks better with finer nibs. I'm willing to believe that. It looks cleaner. But I just love my broads. Sorry guys. Fast writing. If this sounds scratchy, it's not. I am really surprised by the quality of this nib. It is extra fine and it is really fine. But it's not scratchy. You'll feel some feedback, but overall this is very pleasant. No scratch at all. Wetness, well, it's a super fine nib, but as you can see, this is no pressure. It lays down a very nice even patch of ink. It's not the wettest, but it's not bad at all. Line variation, well, it is a steel nib, but as you can see, you can really push this from a hairline to a good fine, which is very cool. Finally, reverse writing. Some people like that. It will get very dry and quite a bit more scratchy. I don't think this pen is really suited for that. I thank Kaweco for sending me this again. Very, very nice. I will enjoy this pen. And I hope this was useful. Bye bye.